I've been building my own kingdom for everyone to see. It exists to keep me safe from harm, and it's intact to glorify me. Nobody helped me build this up. It was me and me alone. I've appointed myself as the king, and I've given myself the throne. But it turns out I'm no ruler, and I have no control. So I have decided to destroy it all. I'm tearing down the walls, kicking down the doors. Everything inside this kingdom is yours. 'Cause what I've made is worthless, and it cannot stand. Come and breathe some life into my empty, cold, dead hands. Down with the fickle king, away with this fantasy. You are the one I need. Death to the kingdom of me. Death to the kingdom of me. I should probably be frightened. This empire's all I know, but it always does more damage than good. I'm afraid it's gotta go. I know that I can't be trusted, 'cause I'm just a man. And if you hadn't given your life for me, a loser would be all that I am. You know they say just follow your heart. I'm afraid that's a load of trash. Your heart will take you down to deep, dark places where you feel like you'll never come back. So I'm coming out of the dark. This facade is I woke up feeling like it was time to tighten up. Yeah, I woke up feeling like it might be a good day to get it done. That's right. Oh, the stadium is just like my second house. Now I'm two-tone talking, they can't shut my mouth. I woke up feeling like it was time to tighten up. Yeah, 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 yeah. I woke up feeling like it was time to tighten up.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Two-Tone Talk by God Pod, episode 111. It is Friday afternoon. The bye week is over, and the Tennessee Titans, in 48 hours, will host the Indianapolis Colts in the Titans' first division game of 2024. Tighten up, everybody. Welcome to the Two-Tone Talk by God Pod. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to click that like button. Help me to get into the two-tone algorithm here today. Titans-Colts. All right, so today we're going to talk about what Titans got to do to win this game, do the preview, all of that good stuff. We're going to look at the 32-1 two-tone power rankings. And we're going to make picks for all of the Week 6 games. A lot to get to today, so let's just jump right in. There is no excuse for the Tennessee Titans to lose this game. And I'm hesitant to say that. I am so hesitant to even have those words come out of my mouth, because I feel like every time I say there is no excuse for the Titans to lose this game, they lay an egg. But I will say the last time I said that was against Miami 2 weeks ago. I said there's no excuse to lose this game, and the Titans won. So, but there have absolutely been times in the past where I have said there's no excuse. In fact, just the other day on my other channel in the recommended videos, it was one of my podcast episodes from last season. It was when the Titans were getting ready to play the Browns in week 3 last year. And I clicked on the episode just to see, like, hey, what was I talking about on this day? And I started that episode by saying there is no excuse for the Titans to lose to the Browns this week. And the Titans ended up losing to the Browns 27-3. So, whoa. So I'm hesitant to say, regarding the Colts this week, that there is no excuse for the Titans to lose, but truthfully, there's no excuse. Let's go down the list. First of all, the Colts have one of, if not the worst defense in the NFL currently. They're bad against the run. They're bad against the pass. Their secondary is terrible. And they got torched by Tank Bigsby and Trevor Lawrence last week. The Colts defense is bad. They are without DeForest Buckner, who is their best defensive player. And he's been on IR for a couple of weeks. He's still on IR. Their defense is bad anyway, made worse by the fact that Buckner is out. So, if Will Levis can't get anything going this week, we got major problems. And I'm worried. I'm worried. Because if Will Levis and the offense can't get anything going this week, Monday's episode is going to be an interesting one. Colts defense is bad. They've got injuries on top of the fact that they're just bad anyway, defensively. Offensively, the Colts offensively they've probably been a little better than I expected, okay? Because I think their receivers, they probably got a better group of receivers than I thought. Josh Downs is a good young receiver. Michael Pittman, we know he's good. The dude that catches all the deep passes for them. He had a lot of deep balls against Jacksonville the other day. They've probably got Jonathan Taylor was playing better than I would have expected. But Jonathan Taylor is likely not playing for the second week in a row. Josh Downs is likely not playing. Michael Pittman, I don't know. It was rumored that he was about to go on IR, but then he's out there practicing today. So I'm guessing he's going to be questionable. But even if he can go, he's probably going to be limited. Anthony Richardson is returning to the lineup. Anthony Richardson is returning to the lineup. And second only to Will Levis, he's been one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. There is no excuse for the Tennessee Titans to lose this game. Tennessee's coming off of a bye week. The last time we saw them, they won. They put up over 30 points for the first time since 2021. They've now been on a bye week. They're rested. They now know what it's like to win. This team knows what it's like to win a game now. You're at home. And the Colts, yeah, they're going to have some fans in the stadium. But listen, the Colts fans do not travel like the Packers do. You remember when the Titans played the Packers and it was like 3/4 of the stadium was just filled with Green Bay fans? There's going to be some Colts fans in attendance, but it's not going to be, this is going to be more of a home game than that Packers game was, okay? Teams should be healthier coming off of a bye. There's just no excuse. This is a make or break right here. This is a true make or break. Robert said in the super chat, are we still drafting a quarterback if we make the playoffs with Levis? If we make the playoffs, probably not. I mean, because I would assume if we make the playoffs, that would probably mean Levis is playing better. So, there's no excuse for the Titans to lose, and that makes me more nervous. It's a make or break. If you lose this one, I mean, you got to look. The Titans are 1-3. They've already got 2 losses against them that should not have been losses. The Bears game and the Jets game. Seeing how bad the Jets look currently, it is just awful that the Titans lost that week 1 and week 2 games because they should be 3-1 right now. And if you take away a blocked punt and that awful pick 6 against the Bears, you win. If you take away the awful fumble shovel pass thing in the Jets game and a couple penalties, you should have won that one. We'd be having a much different conversation here today, but you lost those. So you've already got 2 times in this young season where you have snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. You cannot do it again. You cannot do it again. You cannot open the season 0-3 at home. You cannot open the season with 3 out of 4 inexcusable losses. The Bears' loss was inexcusable. The Jets' loss was inexcusable. And this loss would be inexcusable. This is a make or break. Okay? What do the Titans need to do defensively? Listen, especially with these injuries, L'Jarius Sneed should be able to lock down whoever he's lined up against. The Colts got some talented guys, but, I mean, it's not Tyreek Hill, not Justin Jefferson out there. Jeffrey Simmons, I'm assuming, is going to play. A lot of people are asking if Jeff Simmons is playing. I would assume so. I'm looking for Harold Landry to continue having a big year. I'm looking for Tavondre Sweat to keep building on what he's been doing. I feel like the defense is going to play well. They should. With no Jonathan Taylor, no Josh Downs, maybe no Michael Pittman. I mean, come on. There's just no excuse. And the Colts, was it their right guard that had that gruesome injury against the Jaguars? So the Colts are down an offensive lineman. And I think it's an interior line. I think it was a guard. So Sweat, Simmons, come on. You're going against a backup guard. One of you is. So come on. Okay? And get some turnovers. I mean, get some turnovers. Lord knows Anthony Richardson will throw some interceptions. So get some turnovers this week. We've gotten 1 on the season, and it was a bullcrap backwards pass that Tyreek Hill just dropped, and it was just a weird setup. I mean, we got a turnover against Miami. That's good. But we need, like, multiple, okay? And for the love of everything that's decent, do not let Anthony Richardson get out here and run around like Malik Willis did. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. Malik Willis killed this team with his legs in week 3. Learn from that. Do not let it happen again. Do not let Anthony Richardson come out here and have all day to throw and all of the time to scramble and run around and do all that. Yeah, you can't let it happen. I feel confident in the defense. The offense is where all of my skepticism comes in. I know everybody's talking about how the offensive line played better against Miami. How could they not? We threw the ball 3 times in the second half. They gave up 1 sack, but, like, it's hard to give up sacks when you're not throwing the ball. We barely threw the ball against Miami. So I'm still very skeptical. Peter Skoronski's, it's time to play better, dude. You were drafted number 11 overall. It's your second year in the league. I don't think Skoronski's been as bad as some Titans fans think, but he's not been as good as he should be either. It's time for him to get it together. And Nicholas Petit-Frere at right tackle, sir, you're the weakest link right now. All right, you're the weakest link. You're the best option we got at right tackle, but you are by far the weakest link. Last time you played at your home field against Green Bay in week 3, you got humiliated and benched. So I'd like to see a little spark from you. All right. Like, you're the weakest link and you need to play like you're out here to prove some people wrong. Titans should be able to run the ball. I think Tony Pollard's been good for the Titans. I think Tajay Spears been good for the Titans. The Titans should be able to run the ball in Indianapolis. Okay. The Colts defense as a whole is bad. Their run defense is awful. I would look for Pollard and Spears to have a big day on the ground. And in the passing game, I said it earlier, if Will Levis can't figure out how to have some success against this defense, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. If Will Levis cannot figure out how to have some success against this defense, oh my goodness. I want to see no turnovers from Will Levis. None. Because I don't believe he can do it. I don't believe he can get through a game without doing something stupid. I have no reason to believe he can because he hasn't done it this season. I want Will Levis to come out there and no turnovers. No turnovers from Will Levis. Not an interception. I don't want to see him lowering a shoulder. I don't want to see him trying to jump through the air and get a first down and break his ribs. I want to see Will Levis just play and he should be able to air it out, by the way. You pay Calvin Ridley $92 million, and for the last 2 games, I mean, you got people in Jacksonville that are like, yay, he's not doing anything. At least we can celebrate that. Well, I mean, it's major in major part because quarterbacks can't get him the ball, and the offensive line won't give the quarterback time to get him the ball. Same with Hopkins, same with Boyd, same with Okonkwo, same with all of them. So, I mean, it's time. It's time to get Calvin Ridley the ball. This is the week. This is the week. Yes, we should be able to run the ball, but this should be the week where we're able to chunk it to Ridley, chunk it to Hopkins, get Boyd more involved, get the tight ends involved. This should be the week that Will Levis is able to air it out. If he can't do it against this defense, especially with their injuries, when are you going to do it? Because if you can't do it against these guys, I find it hard to believe that you're going to be able to do it against Buffalo next week or in Detroit in 2 weeks. I have real trouble believe if you can't do it against the Colts, then when are you going to do it? Sportacular in the super chat says, do you think Levis is not the guy if he can't get it together against the worst defense in the league? I mean, whatever optimism, and of course they're saying Jonathan Taylor has officially been ruled out for Indianapolis. I expected that. Whatever optimism you have left about Will Levis at this point, maybe you're hoping that the bye could give him a chance to renew and reset and come back. We've seen it before. We've seen guys come back after the bye and it's like a new season. Okay. Whatever optimism you have, if he plays like crap against the Colts on Sunday, it's out the window. I'm going to tell you right now. If he plays like crap against the Colts on Sunday, all bets are on the table. Okay, it ain't even December yet, and it might already be time to turn to Rudolph. Christmas reference. Lame. Titan South says 2019 season repeat. Will Levis goes off. Kansas City, Tennessee AFC Championship game. From your mouth to God's ears. From your mouth to God's ears, Titan South. 32-1 power rankings. We do it every Friday. Let's get it going with the bottom 3. And this was tough because normally I automatically know who to put in last place. But this week there were so many nominees on who it could be because there's so many bad teams right now. But at the end of the day, I went with the team that has probably been last the most in the time that I've been doing this, and that is the Carolina Panthers. I've got the Carolina Panthers. Listen, everybody got all excited when they turned to Andy Dalton. It was all Bryce. It was all Bryce's fault. They get rid of Bryce and they're great. Well, now it's been a couple weeks and the high has wore off. The buzz has left us, and the Carolina Panthers are in no better of a position than they were. Directionless at quarterback. At the bottom three, also at number 31, went with the Patriots. I mean, the Patriots just isn't Drake May right on Sunday? Would absolutely be hilarious if Drake May leads the Patriots to a win over the Houston Texans. That would be gold. Comedy gold. Number 30, rounding out the bottom three. For the first time ever in the bottom three, it is the Cleveland Browns. For multiple reasons. I mean, yes, obviously the on-the-field product is bad. Their offensive line is bad. The defense does not look as good as it looked last year. But it's all about the quarterback position. I mean, what may go down as the worst contract for a quarterback in the history of sports. Not just the NFL, but sports. Worst contract for a player. Ever. Deshaun Watson is just flat out bad. Flat out bad. And the Browns, I mean, there's rumors that the Browns are going to try to trade him just to get rid of him. But, I mean, who's going to take him? Not just because of his contract, just because of how bad he's playing. So that's a bottom three. Browns, Patriots, Panthers. Now we get into the 20s. Number 29, I went with the Dolphins. I understand the Dolphins. I understand the Dolphins got a win this week. Snoop Huntley looked better against the Patriots than he did against our Titans on Monday Night Football. But I still think the Dolphins are bad. I think this was just a case where the Dolphins were the lesser of two evils. Brendan Smith in the Super Chat says, love all the Super Chats. Support your boy. Hashtag Tighten Up. Yes, I appreciate everybody very much. Appreciate everybody watching, everybody that listens. Number 28, the Raiders. I feel like the Raiders are just more bad than good. I mean, Minshew, now you're talking about maybe he might get benched for Aiden O'Connell. When you're getting benched for Aiden O'Connell, that's probably not a good sign. Devontae Adams may be on the way out. Raiders just seem like a dumpster fire. Number 27, the Indianapolis Colts. I've already documented it here. I think the Colts defense may be the worst in the league. They're better with Joe Flacco, but I get why you're going back to Richardson. They've got a lot of injuries. I just think the Colts are overall not good. Number 26, it's the home team, the Tennessee Titans. We've said everything we can say about them. Defense good, offense bad, Levis bad, and until the bad becomes better, can't move them up any higher on the list. Number 25, I went with Jacksonville to complete the AFC South trifecta. Jaguars, 25, got their first win of the season over the Colts. Trevor looked better. Offense looked better. They were playing a Colts defense that's bad, but, you know, the Jags got a win. I like their throwback jerseys. Now they're kicking off NFL Sunday in London against Chicago on Sunday, and that's going to be a tough game because Chicago is playing better these days. We'll talk about them in a second. Number 24, the Saints. Saints have come back down to earth after that 2-0 start. Derek Carr is hurt. Now they're going to the Rattler. They're going to Spencer Rattler. We all knew. I said it before the season. At some point, somehow, some way, the Saints are going to go to Spencer Rattler at some point. It's a Derek Carr injury that's leading them there, but the Saints need a spark already. I mean, they're lost 3 in a row. Never felt like they had a chance to beat Kansas City the other night. Number 23, it's the Rams, who are unexpectedly 1-4. I expected the Rams to be a contender in the NFC this year, and I mean, who knows? It's early, but just the injuries have piled up for them. I mean, the injuries are just too much to overcome for them right now. Number 22, the New York Giants. I mean, the Giants kept their season afloat with a win over Seattle on Sunday. Crazy game. You had a 100-yard fumble return. You had a blocked field goal at the end, return for a touchdown. But I think the Giants are better than, because they beat Seattle without Malik Neighbors, and they're going to be without Malik Neighbors again on Sunday. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think Daniel Jones is playing better than people give him credit for. And the Giants, I still think, the Giants overall, I expect them to be one of the worst teams in the league, but they've not been the worst. They've actually been pretty good. Number 21 is the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, you just never know what you're going to get with Arizona. I mean, on any given week, it feels like they could beat anybody. Kyler Murray on any given week could be the most dangerous player in the NFL. They just don't do it consistently, but it was a great win for them on Sunday to renew faith from the fan base after they had dropped a couple. Let's go now to the other side of the screen, and at number 20, it is the Chargers, who are coming off of a bye, so a lot of people just forgot that they exist this week. But, we'll see. Maybe the bye can help Justin Herbert to get healthier because he's been dealing with injuries. I just still think the Chargers, I've said it again. Not a playoff team this year. Number 19, Seattle. Boy, life comes at you fast. A few weeks ago, Seattle was 3-0. Surprise team. Everybody talking about how well they were playing. And now, in the span of just a couple of weeks, they've lost 3 games. They are now 3-3, and all of that excitement surrounding Seattle has dissipated. I don't know. Things have gone south quickly for Seattle, and they fall down the list. This is their lowest ranking since week 1. Number 18, Jets, Jets. They were in the top 10 a couple of weeks ago. Life comes at you fast. All of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers, who looked like he was becoming more and more like the Aaron Rodgers of old, now he's looking older. He's looking more hurt. The Jets seem out of whack. They fired their head coach. They have made the offense. We got to take time to talk about this. Does everybody know who the new offensive coordinator is? Who the new play caller is for the New York Jets? Anybody? Anybody know who they have elected as the new play caller for the Jets? Todd, by God, Downting is the new play caller. Aaron Rodgers is going to have to take play calls from Todd, by God, Downting. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine how bad off your team has to be for you to have to come in and say, don't worry, guys. We're giving the play calls to Todd, by God, Downting. Don't worry, the season's saved, everybody. We got a new play caller. And it's Todd, by God, Downting. Ho, life comes at you fast. Firing Robert Saleh, it's baffling. I can't even believe that happened. Number 17, the Denver Broncos. I don't buy the Broncos at all, but they've won 3 in a row. They've got a good defense. Bo Nix is better than he was in the early part of the season. I don't buy the Broncos. I don't buy the Broncos at all, but they've won 3 in a row. Respect that. Number 16, the Chicago Bears. The Bears are playing much better. Bears are playing much better. Their defense has always been good. We knew that. But Caleb's playing better. Caleb Williams is playing better. We'll see if it continues. I hope it continues on Sunday because they're playing the Jaguars. I'd love to see them beat them in London. But we'll see. I think Caleb's playing better. And the Bears are 3-2. The Bears are in the best division in football with Detroit, Minnesota, and Green Bay. I mean, that's just brutal. But, 3-2. We'll see. Number 15, the Bengals. I know people say the Bengals shouldn't still be this high because they're 1-4, but I just still feel like they're going to turn it around. I feel like the Bengals are going to win their next 4 games, and then all of a sudden they're going to be 5-4. I'm telling you, in a month, the Bengals will be 5-4. They're going to win their next 4 games. They're playing the Chargers, not even the Chargers, the Raiders, the Giants, the Eagles, somebody else that I think they'll beat. So I think the Bengals are still going to figure it out because they always do. Number 14, the Steelers. They've lost 2 in a row now. I don't know. There's rumors that they might go to Russell Wilson. But I think this is just I think the Steelers are, to quote the old saying, they are who I thought they were. They're going to be a respectable 7-10, 8-9. I think they're just not a playoff team. I think they got off to a hot start, but I don't think they have enough talent offensively. And Justin Fields, I don't know. I think Justin Fields has been playing well, but we'll see. Number 13, the Philadelphia Eagles. The last time we saw the Eagles, they were getting absolutely dismantled by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but that was without A.J. Brown. That was without Devontae Smith. I still think that the Eagles have issues. But getting AJ back, getting Devontae Smith back, that's going to be a help. I think Nick Sirianni's seat is very hot, but we'll see. Number 12, Tampa Bay. I know the last time we saw Tampa Bay, they lost a heartbreaker to Atlanta. I still think Tampa Bay's good, though. I still think Baker's good. They got a good defense. They totally imploded at the end of that game against Atlanta. I still think Tampa Bay's good. Number 11, Buffalo. I mean, I got to believe, I know the Bills have lost 2 in a row. A couple weeks ago, I had them number 1. They've dropped out of the top 10. I still feel like the Bills are going to get it together because much like the Bengals, they always figure it out. They always get it together. But I still say the way they lost that game to Houston on Sunday, the coaching at the end of the game was baffling. Cannot believe the coaching at the end of that game and the game plan for the Bills on Sunday against the Texans, but I think the Bills will be fine. We get into the top 10 now, and at number 10, as bad as I hate to do it, I've got the Dallas Cowboys, and trust me, I'm a Cowboy hater, and I don't think that overall, by the time it's over, that the Cowboys will be a top 10 team, but for right now, I'll put them there. They got a win against Pittsburgh on Sunday night that was done in such a way that it could catapult them to another level. You know, late, Dak leads a drive, you win at the end. That's the kind of win that you can build something. So we'll see. I still don't think the Cowboys are as good as they've been, but for right now, I'll put them at number 10. They've won a couple. Dak's playing well. I'll just put them at number 10. Number 9, how about the San Francisco 49ers? I mean, the 49ers lost on Sunday, but they recovered last night with a huge win because now they're in first place in their division. And I still think the 49ers, you know, it's kind of how I feel about the Bills and the Bengals. I just feel like they're going to figure it out. I feel like the 49ers, they're going to, you know, I think Brock Purdy is actually just playing really, really good football overall. And I think it's going to click for them and they're going to be fine. Got them at number 9. At number 8, give me the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, listen, Kirk Cousins, everybody talks about how Kirk Cousins is not clutch, but he's been clutch this year. He's been clutch this season, leading game-winning drives all the time. And Atlanta, you know, got a sneaky good offense with London and Mooney and Bijan. Their defense has been a little sus, but Falcons, you know, really feel like they're in control of that NFC South. Number 7, I got Green Bay. I know it still looks a little rocky for Green Bay, but overall, I feel like Jordan Love with the injury, he was rusty, he's coming back. They got a good win over the Rams on the road. I think the Packers are still belong up here. I still think the Packers, you know, last year they kind of started slow too. They got it going, and they're 3-2. They'll be fine. At number 6, before we get to the top 5, it's the Houston Texans. I still think Houston has some inconsistencies, but overall, C.J. Stroud is just really good. They've got weapons all over the place. The Buffalo Bills definitely helped them on Sunday with their terrible, but you know, C.J. Stroud had a bad fourth quarter. Threw an interception, lost a fumble, had an intentional grounding that took him out of field goal range. It was a bad fourth quarter for C.J. Stroud, but ultimately he made the throw they needed at the end, kicked the field goal. So Texans, they're 4-1. You got to put them up there. Number 5, the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 5-0, and everybody's like, the Chiefs don't look good. They're 5-0. I don't know. Yes, I understand they don't look great, but they win. They just win. Number 4, the Baltimore Ravens look scary right now. Derrick Henry is just playing like a freak. Lamar's playing like a freak. Justice Hill is playing well for them as well. If they were to make a trade for Devontae Adams, you're looking at trouble brewing in Baltimore. And I've got the exact same top 3 I had last week. At number 3, I've got the Washington Commanders. Some people say that's too high, but I feel like every time I watch Red Zone and they cut in with a clip from a Commanders game, Jaden Daniels is doing something amazing. Now, I understand the level of competition for Washington has not been great, but we're going to find out Sunday. Because on Sunday, the Commanders are playing the Ravens. And on Sunday, we're going to find out exactly where Washington stands. So we'll see. At number 2, I'm going with the Vikings. They're 5-0. Still the surprise team of 2024. I still don't feel like it's going to last. I just don't feel like it's going to. I still am waiting on the bottom to fall out for Minnesota. But we'll see. They're 5-0. And at number 1, I went with Detroit still. I mean, I know Detroit was on a bye this week, but I still got them at 1. I think overall, I think they are the most complete team in the league. They were off this week. I think they'll come back swinging this week. And that is the 32-1 two-tone power rankings for this week. Now we're going to make some picks. And I'm, of course, going to save the Titans for last. We're going to make picks for every NFL game coming up this weekend. It is week 6 already, but we got a long way to go. Gotta love this time of year. And I want everybody to make their picks in the chat. Everybody in the YouTube chat, as I call out these games, give my picks. I want you to give your picks too. Starting in London with the Jaguars and the Bears. Obviously, I'm going to be rooting for the Bears to win this. Because anytime an AFC South team can lose, I'm for it. Jaguars got a win last week. They're getting a little too big for their britches. All right, that's a saying we have down south. Jags are getting a little too big for their britches after that win. I think Chicago's rolling right now. I think the Bears are a better team than Jacksonville. And I am going to go with the Bears to win this game and drop Jacksonville to 1-5. I think the Bears win. I think that the only place I may give the Jags an edge is because Caleb Williams is young and having to travel over there, get used to, the time change and everything. Jaguars have done it before. Jags have played over there before. They did it just last year, I believe. The Bears may have some guys, that aren't as experienced in that, but I'm going to go with the Bears to beat the Jaguars. Another AFC South game. The Texans playing the Patriots. I have to go with the Texans here to get to 5-1. I just think the Texans are a much better team than the Patriots. I think Nico Collins is going to be out for this game, but it don't even matter. I think the Texans are just going to toast the Patriots. Commanders-Ravens. That's one of the most anticipated games of the day. This is a real test of how good Washington is. Like I said, Jaden Daniels, this is his toughest test so far. I'm going to go with the Ravens. It's in Baltimore, and as great as Jaden Daniels has looked, he's still a rookie. On the road in Baltimore against a really good Ravens team, I just think that's too much at this point for Jaden Daniels to overcome. But I think he'll put in a good showing. But I got the Ravens winning this one. Browns-Eagles. This is high stakes for both of these teams because if the Browns lose this game and fall to 1-5, it's time to start having some tough conversations. If the Eagles lose at home to this Browns team, Nick Sirianni may be fired Monday. I'm going to go ahead and call that. If the Eagles lose to the Browns at home, Nick Sirianni will be fired on Monday. But I don't think they will. I got the Eagles winning this game. Like I said, AJ's back. Devontae Smith is back. That should be enough to beat the Browns. I got the Eagles at home. Eagles are a 9.5-point favorite in that game, by the way. Cardinals-Packers, that could be fun. Cardinals-Packers, every time I think of Cardinals-Packers, I think of that playoff game from back in the day that was like 50-something to 48 or whatever. I'm going to go with the Packers. Overall, I absolutely think the Packers are a better team. I think Arizona, this has all the makings to just be one of those crazy games. I think Green Bay wins. I trust Jordan Love at this point more than I trust Kyler Murray, even though Jordan Love had a Will Levis type play last week where he tried to just shovel the ball out there in his own end zone. Whew. I got the Packers, though. Bucks, Saints, the debut of Spencer Rattler. I'm going to go with the Bucks. I think Rattler will probably do enough good things that they'll keep going with him afterwards because Derek Carr is going to miss numerous weeks. But, going against that Tampa Bay defense in your first NFL start, that's tough. I think the Bucks are going to be mad after the way they lost to the Falcons last time we saw them. I got the Bucks winning this one. Chargers, Broncos. In Denver, Broncos have won 3 in a row. Their fan base is pumped. I'm going to go with the Chargers. The Chargers are coming back from a bye. Justin Herbert's probably going to be healthier. I think it's going to be a low-scoring, ugly game, but I got the Chargers over the Broncos. Chargers over the Broncos. Steelers, Raiders. Steelers probably get back on track. Steelers probably get back on track this week with a win to get them to 4-2. I think the Steelers absolutely better than the Raiders. And I don't know what the Raiders are even doing at quarterback right now. You've got all this stuff with Devontae Adams up in the air. I am going to go with the Steelers. Lions, Cowboys. Now this is really a chance for the Cowboys to prove how for real they are, and I don't think they will. I'm going with the Lions, who are coming off of a bye. Last time we saw Jared Goff, he had a perfect game. He didn't throw any incompletions. I've got the Lions beating the Cowboys in Dallas. But Dallas, it's going to be tough, though, because Dallas is feeling good coming off of that win. Falcons, Panthers. This may be the lock of the week. I'm going with the Falcons. I just think Kirk Cousins is playing so well right now. The Falcons are lighting it up offensively, and the Panthers are just a disaster. So I'm absolutely picking the Falcons to win this one. Sunday night, it's Bengals, Giants. I said I think the Bengals will win their next 4 games. I think it starts here. I got the Bengals winning on the road. I just think the Bengals defense is not good, but I think Burrow back against the wall. You absolutely cannot fall to 1-5. Burrow's going to do what he needs to do to get this win. Monday night, Bills, Jets. The beginning of the Todd by God Downting era in New York. I'm going with the Bills. I think the Bills, it was unbelievable the way they lost that game to the Texans the other day. I think the Bills are going to be furious. I think the Bills are going to be embarrassed with how they lost, and I think they're going to come out and they're going to take it out on the Jets. Unless we forget the last time Aaron Rodgers played the Bills on Monday Night Football at home, he tore his Achilles like 2 plays into the game. I hope that doesn't happen again. And last but not least, it's Colts-Titans. I said everything I could say about this back at the beginning of the episode. There's no excuse for Titans to lose. Coming off of a bye, you're healthy, you're refreshed. For the Colts, they're not healthy. They've got injuries everywhere. Their defense is already bad. Then you factor in the injuries, they're really bad. If Will Levis can't have success against this defense, I don't know what to tell you. If the offense can't find success against this Colts defense, I don't know what to tell you. Jonathan Taylor already confirmed out. Josh Downs, I don't know, but probably out. Michael Pittman, probably questionable, I would imagine. There's just no excuse to lose this game. No excuse to lose this game. That makes me nervous. Because oftentimes when I say that, the Titans find a way to lose. And this goes back to way before the season, when I watched all those clips of people. Do you remember how people talking about how great the Colts were going to be and how great Anthony Richardson was going to be and all of the hopes and dreams that people had that Anthony Richardson was just going to come out here and light the league on fire based on nothing? And he hasn't done that. Everybody knew Will Levis was going to struggle. They seemingly knew that, but they thought Anthony Richardson was already a Hall of Famer. If Will Levis outperforms Anthony Richardson on Sunday, I'm going to come on here Monday and they're going to want me arrested. If Will Levis outperforms Anthony Richardson on Sunday, I'm going to come back here on Monday and there's going to be a roast happening right here. I don't think listen, I don't have any faith in Will Levis right now, but if he were to outperform Anthony Richardson on Sunday, I'm going to come on here and lose my mind. Here's the deal. 2 weeks ago, when the Titans played Miami, I picked the Dolphins because I wanted to use reverse psychology. And because it worked, I'm going to pick the Colts. Because the reverse psychology worked with Miami, I'm picking the Colts. The Colts are going to come in here and Anthony Richardson's going to solidify his Hall of Fame status. This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. This is our Colts. Whether win or lose, we love them. For the shoe, beat the Titans. Anthony Richardson, hopes and dreams. This is our team. Go Colts. I'm picking the Colts. Because they're just going to come in here and they're just going to whoop the Titans, what they're going to do. This is what did I say about Miami? I was like, oh, Miami, Snoop Huntley's going to go off. Because I was trying to use reverse psychology. Trying to fool the universe. I'm picking the Colts. This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. Has that guy released, hold on, just live right here. Has that guy released his weekly video for the Titans game? What's that guy's name? Let's see here. I don't know how to find it. I don't know the guy's name. Anybody in the chat know his name? This is our Colts. I don't know his name, guys. I was going to play it live right here on the podcast. Okay. Well, the flow with Seth. That's who he is. All right. This is how we're going to end. This is how we're going to end the show today, is hearing his version for the Titans. Here we go.
This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. This is our Colts. Whether win or lose, we love them. For the shoe, beat the Titans. Let's show them that we'll horseshoe them up. This is our team.
Let's show them that we'll horseshoe them up. Oh, man. This is our Colts. I'm picking the Colts for reverse psychology, but make no mistake about it. The Titans should win this game. I hate the Colts. And I am... Hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams. I'm going to make a t-shirt that says it. Hopes and dreams. 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 Hopes and dreams.